and welcome back to Hal Tech TV. Now, it has been very long since our last video. It's been around 3 months now, which is way too long, and it's even about a month ago I was trying to make a video to tell you guys that I'm sorry it's been so long. So a month from then is even worse. So it's been about 3 months. It's been an absolute nightmare. I'm sorry that there hasn't been any content for you guys to watch, but we haven't been doing nothing behind the scenes. We have upgraded all of our equipment. We've upgraded the lighting, we've upgraded the camera, we've upgraded some of the audio equipment. We've kept some of the old audio equipment with the same tripod. Most of it's upgraded, or most of it's just more. So yeah, that's all done. We also have a couple of written reviews for you on the website that have gone up since the last video, so you can go and read them if you want to go over to the website. Link down below for that. All of our written reviews, our in-depth content is available for you on that website. We'd also have a search engine built into the website for you, so you can search all of the products that you want to see that we've done content on, or just to check to see if we've done content on them, because a lot of our stuff is written and is only available on that website. Now, not only that, I do want to get in a couple of other updates before we start the main body of the video, which is obviously a very important video, which is why I'm starting with this. But to address two massive things that have been debated on pretty much every single Hal Tech TV video, to address them. Now, the most debated thing on all of our videos is the top button of my shirt. Now, I don't know why, even on the tech videos, it seems like people are more bothered about that than they are about the technology. Now, I've unbuttoned it for you guys, for all of you people out there that were complaining that I was having it buttoned up and wasn't wearing a tie. Who cares? But I've unbuttoned it for you, and now you can complain that I've changed my shirt. Now we've got that to one side. Also, I do want to say that I'm not getting paid hundreds of thousands a month to do this, so if every now and again I do stall and say or something like that, I'm only human. I'm not getting paid tons for this, so, you know, let me be. Let me make mistakes and I'll get better as we go along. Now, more to the point, more to the reason this video is here. This is the BitFenix Pandora. Now, this is a very important and a very big case that was released last year. Not big physically, but big whatever. It's a very feature-packed, feature-rich, interesting case that was released last year. And one of its biggest features is that it has a 240 by 320 resolution screen in the front for you to put your own logo on the front of your case. Now, if you're not interested in that, they do also have a core version which comes without that, so you get everything else, but you don't get the LCD. So if you want the beautiful case, but you don't want the screen, because you might find it, you know, kind of too gimmicky or whatever, you can do that and you can get it at a cheaper price. Now, they do also have windowed versions, non-windowed versions, comes in black, comes in silver, all of that stuff. Let's get that all out of the way and let's have a look at the actual case itself. So we'll get it out of its box, we'll have a look around, because there is actually very interesting features on this case that you might actually like, that are not related to the screen at all, because it seems like most of the information that's out there about this case is about the screen, but it's actually a little bit more complex than that. So let's go on and get this case out of the box and see what it looks like and see how beautiful it really is, because when I saw pictures of this case, it did kind of remind me of the olden days with the Thermaltake Soprano, with kind of a curved design mixed in with some kind of like squarey designs as well. And the new Thermaltake Soprano is metal, which is kind of like this, but it's not. So it's completely different. But let's get into the box. Let's get the case out and let's have a look around, because I actually do really like the look of this, and the fact that this is been sitting boxed up for so long kind of scares me, simply because it's also called the Pandora. This is the longest a case has ever sat in a cardboard box before I've unboxed it, and it kind of scares me. So let's get it out of the box, let's get it over and done with. This is the very interesting, very exciting BitFenix Pandora. So let's get this out of the box. Now, why is this an interesting product? I might be cut off at the top there. It really does not matter. Let's calm down about that as well. Now, what's interesting about this case? Well, it's only 160mm wide. It's 16 centimeters wide on the entire case. Now, most cases, you do actually get more room than that just for your CPU cooler. So it's a very thin case, as well as having aluminium side panels and having them curved around the front. Kind of trying to cut this with a blunt knife. I have bought a knife sharpening stone, but it hasn't come yet. You know, Amazon Super Saver delivery is not particularly good, but it's free. So, other than the 160mm thickness, what is interesting about it? Well, because it's 160mm thick, it's not going to be amazing for air cooling. You're not going to fit massive heat sinks in this. The Noctua NHD 15 itself is 165mm tall with fans on. So this is actually thinner than the NHD 15 is tall. So you're not going to fit a D15 in this case at all, without a doubt. You're just not. You can safely assume 140mm coolers and below will fit, and we will have to look into it further in the review to see what we can actually fit as a maximum in full air cooling. But other than that, it fits 240mm radiators, so it's really, from what it looks like, it's designed for water cooling, and it's designed also for like high-end graphics cards as well, because not only does it fit 240mm radiators, it also fits 350mm long graphics cards. So it seems like it's designed for people who like who like water cooling and also like really big graphics cards. So it's seemingly meant to be a very small Micro-ATX case for high-end systems that don't use air cooling, if you follow my drift. Now, what else is interesting about this case? Well, it has 5 PCI slots. It has 5 expansion slots. Which means, if I haven't already said, it's Micro-ATX. Supports Mini ITX and Micro-ATX motherboards. But having 5 expansion bays means you can also kind of put one right on the bottom on your motherboard and it still be a dual slot. Catch my drift? Right, so let's get this box out of the way and let's have a look at this beautiful case. So it looks like we've got the windowed version. I like that. I do like that. So let's get all of this plastic off. I never like taking plastic off cases that I'm reviewing, because then I feel like I'm kind of de-virginifying it, but then not sure yet if I'm definitely going to continue using cases permanently. I feel like I'm ruining it for whoever uses it permanently, if that makes sense. Because I have my own system and every case I review can't. We're getting off topic. Right. So this is a very beautiful case. So you've got an aluminium exterior with the side panels curving around the front there, and then also there being this back panel section that curves around, so it looks as though it starts at the front, curves all the way around, and then ends at the front. This is a very beautiful case. I was not expecting it to look this nice. This is almost as surprising as my first experience with the Prodigy. which sounds just as weird as what I said earlier. Now, I need to just stop. So, other than that, let's bring you guys in for a closer look, because I get a feeling you're not getting as intimate with this case from that far away as I am. So you have not yet seen its beauty like I have. So, let's pause the video for a second, pull you guys in further, and then have a look around the case completely. So again, I'm kind of cut off, but let's just deal with the case again, like I always mention. So on the left side panel, we have a window here. Now this kind of hides away your power supply, but shows everything else on the inside of the case that you might want to see. Now I haven't closed this one properly, but yeah, this actually comes off with kind of push plug things that kind of just pop out rather than needing screws to be secured. Now, these are on both sides, even the right side panel where cable management and stuff might be done, it's also the same thing. So this might be, without getting into some potential negative straight away, this might cause issues if you are to be doing cable management. So they just come off like that. That is the brushed aluminium side panel right now, right there, and that is absolutely beautiful. It's brushed to perfection. So you've got that, then you've got the interior. Both of these side panels literally just pull off like that. Absolute breeze. And I assume, nope, but I assume that's what it would look like with a blank plate instead of a window. So that's what it would look like. And other than that, without already dismantling the case, there is the front for you. So you can see the ventilation in the front where all the intake fans will take all the air in through. And now this is interesting in the sense that they're also hidden when you have the side panels on. So all of your intake is hidden on the front, but there is actually, if you see there, quite a lot of it. Now this plastic doesn't feel amazing, but if it needs to be see-through in one section, then I don't really know what they could have done, but we'll get more onto things like that in the review. Other than that, on the top here, without dropping everything, we have a massive grill here, which is going to house one fan, and I don't know what else is in the top. We'll have a look in a second. But on the top here, you've got your reset switch there, your power switch there, 2 USB 3, and your headphone and microphone jacks. These power buttons are a bit wobbly, but I do like how big they are, especially the shape and the feel of them as well. Now this big grill up here is also removable just by 2 clips there, and it is dust filtered as well. So you've got one 20mm fan up top there, and it's what looks to be one of the 2 3.5-inch mounting bays. Now it does have 2 3.5-inch mounts and 3 2.5-inch mounts, and we'll get onto that in the review as to whether you can use them all together or you have to sacrifice one for the other, or if you have to sacrifice any of them for things like cooling and stuff like that. So other than that, it looks like we're already on the inside of the case. So while we're on the inside of the case, let's just have a quick look around. So what do we have? Like I said, in the top we've got a 120mm fan pre-installed. We've also got one in the front with space down below it, if I spin you around a little, with space down below it right there for, if I can get my hand through the CPU cooler cutout that it has. You do also have another space for another 120mm fan, and both of these are on sliding rails so that you can fit them and also fit your 240mm radiator if you want, and it will fit all spacing variants right there as well. Other than that, you can fit Micro-ATX and Mini-ATX motherboard in here with, like I said, 5 PCI expansion slots there for if you're going to go with a dual card in the bottom slot. Though I wouldn't recommend it, I would keep that one just as space to give more airflow to the bottom card if you were to go in kind of a dual graphics card setup. Other than that, it can also fit power supplies up to 180mm long in the bottom, and that is a standard sized power supply, the standard ATX power supply. Now, there is also this section right here, and it looks as though there's a 2.5-inch mount on the front there. Now, I don't know the layout perfectly for these cases, so I'm just going off what I believe it to be, and we'll look into things like that further in depth in the review. Like I said, this is the first time I'm seeing this case, just like you are. Now, you do also have what looks to be a 3.5-inch mount underneath that for your second hard drive, and this is where all of the cables from your power supply will be hidden away in this kind of box here. And now there is 2 grommets on the top as well for cables to come up and out of that, as there isn't really that much space behind the motherboard tray for cable management. So it's all really going to be cabled in and around the case without much cable management. But there is cable management holes. There's just not enough space. There looks to be maybe a centimetre in this section and it's nothing in the rest. So a centimetre here, but this looks to be where your second or third 2.5-inch mount looks like it's going to go. So if you have an SSD there, you're not really going to have much space for cables to go as well. So other than that, it looks like we've covered pretty much everything in this very compact but kind of simple case. There's really not that much to cover. I mean, there's a what looks to be a magnetic dust filter in the bottom for your power supply intake, and I'll see if I can get that back in there. Yeah, it looks like it fits in quite easily, quite nicely. But yeah, other than that, like I said, there doesn't seem to be that much to discuss. Now, the main thing that I like about this particular case is obviously the exterior. The exterior is what makes this case. The inside is obviously a very, very good interior. It's got an amazing interior design, and we'll just see what comes in this box while we're talking. But, like I said, the exterior is the main feature of this case. Now, do I have the one with the thing in the front? Yes, I do. So we can see it right there. So you've got that in the front. Now it is disconnectable. So you've got your cable which connects via USB, and then you can just disconnect this if you want to do any sort of modding there. And actually there is also your dust filter for the front, which is also magnetic. I am learning more and more about this case doing this unboxing, and yes, it's not a review. It's not a review at all. You will get a full video review on the product as well as a written review, so you can't blame me for not knowing everything there is about this case. This is the first time I've seen this case, just like you. I can't be an expert on it straight away. But like I said, the exterior is the main thing about this case, as well as obviously the logo in the front. So other than that, that looks to be the BitFenix Pandora. It's a very, very interesting case. So what do we get in this little box here? So you get your BitFenix logo, which you can put on if you want. Remember that you can put your own logo in if you want with the front thing, but you can also put the BitFenix one on as well. It looks like you've got some cable management Velcro straps there as well, 4 cable ties, and your assorted bag of screws with an Allen key for something. I haven't figured it out. I might not, I might never learn what this Allen key is for. It's a mysterious Allen key. So that is everything. That is the quick unboxing of the BitFenix Pandora. Probably not a quick video. Probably complain that it's quite a bit longer than it needs to be. But that was the unboxing of the BitFenix Pandora. Don't forget that we will be doing video reviews and written reviews on this product and almost every other product that we do. So always check the description box for the links for those in every video, because they will always be there if they're published. So we will be doing a video review and a written review on the BitFenix Pandora. If you want to read or watch those videos and written articles, check the links in the description box below. Those will come out just a while after this unboxing is published. But other than that, I am Hal Thompson. You've been watching another Hal Tech TV video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Leave your feedback in the comment section below, letting me know what you thought of this video, what you think of the product, and what you think we should be doing next in regards to products and technology. So, yes, other than that, I'm Hal Thompson. Like I said, you've been watching another Hal Tech TV video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and goodbye.